Right. Welcome. I wish this was an actual Zoom and you all could be chatting with me. And and instead it's not. It's like this webinar world where I'm just presenting. But nonetheless, I am here and you are here and we are going to get started here in 3 minutes. We'll give everybody a little bit of a head start. And I'm going to end with something very special. We didn't put together a slide for this, and I don't even know if my team is on yet. It doesn't look like they are, but we could have created a slide. Louis Pancoast created a inHarmony, what I'm calling our inHarmony theme song. It's not, but it was created and it is phenomenal. So stick around until the end, and I'm going to play. It's a 6 minute, it's 3 minute, 3.5 minutes. And it is a phenomenal, I think it's a phenomenal song. And I think each and every one of you that love and support our brand will as well. So a little special, keep an eye out for the end. And we will have something very special for you getting started here in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Making sure I am going on do not disturb all around. And you all are going to have my undivided attention for the next hour, 20, hour and a half. We'll see. We'll see. It's an updated deck. We got new information to share, and it's something very, very special. So let's spread this out and make sure that we are ready. And we are. How wonderful. The share is in place. Ready to rock and roll. I hope y'all are having a spectacular day, and thank you. Thank you for being here. I am grateful and I am excited. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Grace, I'm going to give you the ability to talk just so you can let me know what I've got going on. Grace, can we see my screen?
We can see your screen.
Wonderful. Grace basically helps me get my entire world go round along with Anna, Ellie, and the team from Sunday Brunch. And I am honored to have you here, Grace. All right. 12 o'clock. All right. And are we recording? We are recording. So let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. It's not our second webinar, but this is the second webinar in this series. Why stress and anxiety are killing you. An exploration of vibroacoustic technology. My name is Craig Goldberg. I am one of the co-founders here at inHarmony Interactive, along with my incredible business partner, Dominic. We're here to talk about the power of sound, vibration, and light and its impact on your physiology. And what started as a way for us to share some simple science, which we're going to get into in the very beginning, has turned into really an ultimate overview of all things here in Harmony. So this webinar is perfect for somebody who is brand new to the ecosystem or somebody who has been working with us for 9 years. I can't believe this November we're doing this for 9 years. It's amazing. Alike. So whether you've been with us for a long time and you just want to get an update to see what's new and you've been following us along, or you're brand new and you just found us and there are many of you, this is a fantastic overview and a way for you to get to know everything that there is about us. And we continue to add slides. We've got 8 or 10 new slides and many new updates that we made from the last time we ran this on July 18th to now on August 20th. And by the way, we're probably going to run this again in September. Maybe late September, early October, we'll see. But nonetheless, this will also be posted up on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching there, please give a comment below and feel free to engage and say hello. I'm going to go through a little agenda for today, and it's pretty straightforward. We're going to talk about stress and how we got here. Stress is a real thing. I'll give you a little teaser. It's not a bad thing. So stress in general is a very good thing. We're going to talk about that in depth as we get into hormesis. We're going to talk about the inHarmony origin story, our global impact. At this point, we have 800 affiliates around the world. We're going to talk about that. And we don't know how many countries we're in, but it's a lot. And we need to tally that. So maybe by next webinar, we'll have that number, Grace. All right, products. We're going to go through products and our music label. This record label is really a key part to what we do. And obviously, we're going to dive into all of our products at a relatively high level, but it's going to give you the knowledge that you need to really dive into the different collections that we have. We're going to dig into science and research. We've got new science, new research, and there's a lot happening in this world. I literally just got off a Zoom about an hour and a half ago with our scientific advisory group, and we've got a lot of newness that's going to be coming out, more so than even what's included inside this webinar, but it's a very exciting jumping point for us. We're going to go through setup, troubleshooting, and frequently asked questions. And of course, we're going to go through a free gift. There are actually 2 free gifts. To the people that are attending in person and stay till the end, you're going to be eligible for 1 free gift. And then we have a second free gift that's going to go out to everybody that registered. And we are certainly grateful for that. We know schedules change, things shift, but that's me, in case you're wondering what I look like, although you can probably see me on the video. That's right. Let's talk about stress. So, like I said, stress is not a bad thing. As I sit here squeezing my stress ball, stress is actually a good thing, and we're going to talk about that. However, 75% of adults reported experiencing stress that's moderate to high in the past month, and more than half felt their stress has increased over the past year. And when you start to think about and look at how we perceive stress, this is where inHarmony comes in. So it's not the stress itself that we're feeling more and more of, but it's how we perceive that stress, and more importantly, how we're managing that stress, how fast we can get from that sympathetic nervous system response back into a parasympathetic nervous system response. And that's where sound, light, vibration, and by the way, many other modalities come in. The reason we have a vibroacoustic therapy company is because we believe in the foundational power of sound, vibration, and recently addition of light. So, but there are many different ways that you can tend to your stress. We did show this number last time, and this is global stress. In a Gallup poll here in the USA, 51% of Americans said that they feel stress on a regular basis. 49% said no. And I don't know if they're telling the truth, because like I said, stress is good, and we all feel a little bit of stress every day. That's where the growth comes from. So we'll dive into that a little bit deeper. Stress has been rising for Americans over the past 3 decades. However, some information that I just looked at that we weren't able to put into this poll to this webinar showed that over the last year, stress has been coming off the levels that it was at during COVID and during the pandemic. So we're going to have some updated information on this in the coming months as well, and the coming webinars that are coming up. But the percentage of people who say they frequently experience stress in daily life, it's pretty intense. We all are feeling the stress every single day. And again, it's one thing to feel it and experience it. It's another thing to know and understand the effects of stress on your body. And stress itself, it doesn't matter what type of stress or what is causing the stress, your body only has one response to stress, and that is the sympathetic nervous system response. So whether your stress you're feeling is physical, mental, emotional, relational, I can't believe my husband or significant other did this or that. I can't believe my mom or my dad is doing this or that again. I can't believe my kid, right? Relational stress, the relationships that we have in our life. Financial, which is pretty straightforward. Nutritional, as we've got a map here of what happens when we start to feel chronic stress, or when we start to feel stress in the body. And by the way, nutritional stress is not only from eating inflammatory foods, but it's also the guilt that we put on ourselves for eating the foods that we know deep inside and authentically we're not supposed to be eating. And that's a little foreshadowing into what we're going to talk about later as well. That fight or flight mode, or really what I like to call it, is survival mode. When your body feels any type of stress, again, physical, emotional, relational, nutritional, mental, any type of stress, the reaction in the body is to kick in the sympathetic nervous system response, aka fight or flight, aka survival mode. And when your body is in survival mode, it has a different set of priorities. Think about it. It's like that cute little animal that's backed into a corner. it gets ferocious. And more importantly, that energy for it to fight or run has to come from something. So the body begins to shut down different aspects of the body that are not imminent. So it starts to turn off the maintenance mode processes in the body, and it starts to focus that energy through adrenaline and cortisol to the major muscle groups of the body so that you can fight or you can run. And chronic stress wears down the body over time. And we see this in fatigue, increases in headache, obviously anxiety, depression, and a variety of other medical conditions. Puts more strain on the heart. It increases your digestive trouble or your potential for that because it turns off digestion. It lowers your immunity. It has an impact on your hormones. And of course, this whole thing wraps up into poorer sleep. So your body only has a finite amount of energy. And it has to take energy from certain processes to focus on the survivability of the being. And this is why I think it's so important for us to know, for us to understand stress. Some stress, very good, makes us stronger, makes us rebuild, allows us the power and the strength, and frankly, the confidence that we can do it. So it's all very healthy. But chronic stress over time, when you're stuck in that sympathetic nervous system response for too long, it begins to have chronic issues. Look, if we divert energy from digestion and we push that towards the major muscle groups in the body so that you can fight or run, but you don't have something to fight or run from, we're simply diverting that energy away from digestion. Now it doesn't matter how clean, how organic, how wonderful, how perfect the foods are that you're consuming. You're not digesting them because you're in that sympathetic nervous system response. So this is a really important topic to cover. And again, just read through some of these side effects. Stress and anxiety, we looked at the top 10 reasons for all-cause mortality. Why are Americans dying? And we look back at our last census, and this has again been updated. This is going back to Q3, October of 2024. We looked at this back in 2020 at the census, and then we found updated information as well. These are the top 10 reasons why Americans die. And heart disease, cancer, unintentional injuries, stroke, chronic lower respiratory disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, chronic liver, kidney disease, and COVID-19. I would actually tell you that all 10 of these are further exacerbated by stress and anxiety. Meaning, you take the stress and the anxiety away, and some of these reasons for death might go away. Unintentional injuries, stress and anxious doctors, stress doctors that are overworked, exhausted, not sleeping well. So, and we're going to get into this a little bit on the next slide because we dove into this. Really, to look at what that link is. Well, is it a strong link to stress and anxiety for this all-cause mortality? And then what do those mechanisms look like? So I'm not going to go into each one of these in detail, but you can certainly look at this chart and take a closer look at exactly what's happening here. Heart disease, yeah, it's strong. Chronic stress elevates the risk for heart disease. Cancers, absolutely, right? So there's a lot that we can correlate here to stress and anxiety and a lot of these major diseases that we can talk about as well. Stress health problems, we kind of already talked about this, but when you're feeling stress and anxiety, you are experiencing a decrease in immune function, a potential increase in heart disease, an impact on your mental health, gastro problems, and of course, weight gain and obesity. And these are just the different ways that chronic stress plays a key role in these health issues. Who does it affect? Really, all of us. We put up some of the people that we really kind of work towards, and this is a majority, not a majority, but there's a good subset of the clients that we have that are working through these different scenarios or are these types of people, parents, people struggling with mental health issues, PTSD, veterans, children, first responders, healthcare workers, but really anyone with a brain or a nervous system can benefit from the technologies that we create and the practices, the sound and frequencies that we share as well. It's not always about buying our hardware. It's all about getting and moving from being stressed and anxious to calm and relaxed. And really what I want to show you here is what is the tool to moving from how you feel to how you want to feel. And this is where inHarmony products come in. And you want to focus on a 22-minute music meditation, which we're gonna talk about again later. But moving from an increased heart rate to a slowed heart rate, moving from stressed and anxious to calm and relaxed, and just a beautiful visualization that shows what that's all about. Chronic stress and anxiety have been conclusively linked to a host of physical and mental issues that can significantly decrease life expectancy. We kind of went through this in the last few slides. It's our society. And I am the first one to tell you that this beautiful, I wish I could tell you in depth what I went through yesterday to get my three registrations done for three of my vehicles. It was literally a wild goose chase, multiple locations. I had to go to the bank. I had to get cash. I had to wait online at the DMV. I had to talk to a supervisor. It was absolutely bananas. And that's just so that I could be a law-abiding citizen and do what I need to do to get my registrations paid for. And at the end, when I was successful, I felt like I won the game. I was with my dad. I literally was cheering at the end of this entire experience. And it's this beautiful society that we have co-created together. It breeds stress and anxiety. That mailman drops off at my mailbox every single day, 15 minutes of wasted time. It's just that simple. I got to go through my mail. I got to throw out all the stuff that wasn't supposed to come to me. I got to put stuff in the mailbox that needs to be returned because it's the wrong address. It just takes time. And then don't even get me started on the magazines, the discount magazines, and the resident things that are marked current resident. Again, this society just breeds some low-level stress and anxiety. And I want to present to you a very powerful solution, and that is vibroacoustic technology. And as a powerful tool in this fight, and leveraging the power of sound and vibration to counteract the damaging effects of unmanaged stress. And it's like I've said before, and I'll say again, I secretly push forward this company so that I have access to the tools that we create every single day. My family loves them. My kids, my child, my daughter loves them. It is a very powerful tool. So, have you heard of hormesis? So my words, not anybody else's, but what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. You can see how I kind of wrote that down here. So hormesis is a biphasic dose. What does that mean? So it basically means that it is a low dose of stress that makes you stronger. We're all familiar with going to the gym. You go to the gym, you work out your muscles, or maybe you just do what I do, which is work out at the house. But when you're tearing apart the muscle and it's rebuilding stronger. And there is a beneficial dose, and then there's a toxic dose. And that's kind of what we're talking about here. So you want to find that balance and really embrace low levels of stress and even anxiety to a certain degree, but predominantly stress as it makes us stronger. Lessons from the biosphere. I mentioned this on our last webinar, and I absolutely love it. If you're not familiar with the biodome and the biosphere, they're basically fully encapsulated ecosystems trying to replicate what we're doing should something happen to our atmosphere, should something happen to the world around us, and or if we want to go off planet. There's a lot of different reasons why we might want to do this research. The second biosphere, it actually failed, and it failed because the trees grew fast, yet they collapsed before reaching full height due to the absence of wind. So again, if you can think about a light wind that is blowing on a tree trunk as it's growing, it's forcing it to get strong. Even as I'm moving back and forth like this, I feel my core tightening. Some stress is needed for that tree to grow strong. So without the wind, those trees weren't growing strong. So again, just reinforcing the fact that a little bit of stress is a good thing and it's actually necessary and needed. So let's talk about from source to solution, how tech helps turn the corner on stress. Like I said, stress is inevitable, but relief is possible. And we're moving beyond that awareness and into action with science-backed tools designed to restore balance from the inside out. Full body relaxation, deep meditation, restorative sleep, elevated mood, improved focus, muscle recovery, and a mental reset. These are some of the benefits that inHarmony and our technology can provide. And there we are with our entire line as of our photo shoot 6 months ago. The inHarmony collection of products. We use a patented system. Our meditation cushion is patented, of tech-assisted sound and vibration therapies to quickly and comfortably put users into a deeply relaxed state. The combination of vibrotactile stimulation and vibroacoustic technology, it truly is the most powerful on the market as we are at scale. There are a couple other products that are more powerful. I think they're actually overpowered, but nonetheless, we're going to talk about that as we dive into our technology. Let's look at the inHarmony team. Myself, Dominic, best business partner I've ever had. Anthony, absolutely incredible. The internal team here that gets it done. And of course, we have an entire support team of about 30 people that help us to do what we do every single day. Many, many people make this whole world go round. And I am super grateful. As you get this slide deck, you can read through who I am and why I'm here. But I really am on a quest to help the world feel better. I use these products each and every day. Dominic, one of the best business partners I've ever had. You can read up on his journey and how that began. Dominic's just an incredible human being. I'm excited to see him next week. And of course, Anthony. Anthony has been making music for us for 4+ years, and he is the dynamic mind behind, I'd say, 85% of the music meditations in our app. We also collaborate with many artists, but he is that linchpin. He is the center spoke, and he is the one that masters all of the music that goes out and makes sure that it's all dialed in. He also manages our distribution on, 150 plus different streaming platforms, our YouTube channel. Anthony is really a wizard when it comes to music production and a very specific music that we make to activate our technology. We'll talk about this as we get into the app and as we get into our music meditation. I'm excited to see him next week as well. Drifting into our relaxation furniture, what is that? And our music meditations app. We coined this phrase relaxation furniture because I think it's something that everybody needs. We all need and want more relaxation. We all want more downtime. And as I've said before, our downtime is as important as our uptime. Look at this line of products. This is powerful. The inHarmony Sound Lounge 3 is our newest model, modern look, beautiful blend of these two units. It does ship in two different boxes. We're going to dive into this a little bit more. The inHarmony Sound Lounge 1, we brought this model back. All of our technology, the Sound Lounge series, the meditation cushion, the massage table, the inHarmony Practitioner 2, it all has high fidelity speakers built in. So over here by the head, over here, and over here. And then of course on either side, you can kind of see the speaker outcut right there. We've got built-in high fidelity speakers. So tactile transducers create vibration and the speakers create sound. And we're going to talk about this in a future slide where we actually talk about the sound frequencies. Actually, in a couple slides, we're going to talk about it. Sound frequencies you can hear and feel, and this is really important. You're not just hearing these vibrations, you are feeling it. So what you're hearing and what you're feeling combines to create this three-dimensional, fully immersive sound experience that makes you feel as though you're inside the music in a very profound way. And there's a magic here, which I've been trying to showcase in many different ways, and I'm going to try and do it through this slide. So there's basically 4 different elements that are at work when you're using inHarmony hardware. The first is the inHarmony hardware itself. So this tactile transducer, which I hold in my hand right now, I know it's really small, but in here's a magnet and it oscillates and it creates vibration, and it's focused on 20 hertz to 200 hertz. Vibroacoustic therapy, the body of research that governs what we do, is predominantly focused on the tactile transducer and frequencies between 30 hertz and 120 hertz. So you can see why we chose 20 to 200 hertz for our transducer. And there are 4 of them in the Sound Lounge. They're down the center line. In addition to that, we have speakers, and the speaker response is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And then our inHarmony headphones, which have a response rate of 8 hertz to 25,000 hertz. So the first section I need you to know about is the inHarmony hardware, the actual hardware that is in our technology, and it's very similar across our products. But then I also want you to understand the human body and how we perceive sound and the hardware that we have in the human body that allows us to perceive sound. And then there's a perception, which we're going to get to. That's part number 4. But inside the human body, we have the auditory nerve, which a healthy auditory nerve in the cochlea in your ear, the whole 9 that's going on in the mechanism that is your ear, activates between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Then from the tips of our fingers to the tips of our toes to the top of our head, we have these things called mechanoreceptors. There are millions of them all over the body, and it's how the body perceives touch. It's actually a change in pressure. If you think about how we perceive touch, it's a change in pressure on your skin. I think you can see it most best on my cheek, a change in pressure. And that gets translated into an electrical signal which goes to the brain to be processed. The third part that I want you to know about is the music that we create. And our music meditations are broad spectrum frequencies. Music has an infinite number of frequencies built in. So it's not any one frequency. We do tune our music, which we'll talk about, to different frequencies, but you're still listening to music, which is broad spectrum. I believe the music meditations that we create are adaptogenic. I believe music in general is adaptogenic, meaning the body picks up what it needs, where it needs, when it needs it. But it's the fact that you have a delivery system of hardware that matches the human body's hardware that is then further enhanced by the music that we create. And then here's the kicker, the perception of all of that. So even though I might create a music meditation that has an infinite number of frequencies that is being sent and delivered to your body through the transducers, the speakers, and the headphones, and the human body can pick up on those frequencies, you still perceive these frequencies differently. So when you get down on our hardware, all four transducers are wired in series and parallel, different conversation, but nonetheless, all four transducers are playing the same frequency at the same time. However, as I go up and down in pitch and amplitude, the perception from the human brain, from your brain in your experience, is that I'm moving the vibrations up and down the body because bigger muscles and bigger bones perceive lower frequencies, and smaller bones and smaller muscles perceive higher frequencies. And when all of those electrical signals come through the reticular activator system in the brain and your perception of what's happening around you, it feels as though the music is moving up and down. And I thought this was a really great exercise that kind of shows the perception. Your perception shapes your reality. Whether you focus on the purple or you focus on the gray, you're still going to get that. I'm not sure if this is going to play. Let's see if it does. It did not. Let's see if we can go back. Is there any way that I can get this to play? It can't. So we'll figure this out for the next slide. But based on how old you are is how old your ears are. And as I move up in these different frequencies, we can move up in what you hear. Anyway, we will perfect that slide for the next webinar and we'll get that going. There's no way for me to click out and go to YouTube for you to play that, but we'll get that out. I'll send that out in my YouTube channel because I think it's really interesting as well. But I want to talk about the frequency of wellness because everything around us has its own resonant frequency, including human beings. And our body has a resonant frequency as well. And depending on which study you look at, whether it's Harvard or Stanford, it's somewhere between 5 hertz and 16 hertz. I like to average this off about 10 hertz. So 10 hertz becomes a very important frequency for us as we look to the brain and we look to the different brainwave states of the brain. We can measure this through EEG and echoencephalograph, and we can see how fast the synapses are firing in different parts of your brain. Of course, different parts of your brain control different things. However, when you listen to music, it harmonizes your brain. BrainTap is another phenomenal partner that we have in this world. However, most of us are spending our waking hours in beta, which is where we're supposed to be, measured between 12 to 40 hertz. And this is where we are when we're awake. Alpha is like a daydreamy state where relaxation begins. Theta, deep relaxation, where we are during REM sleep. And delta, where we are during deep sleep and restoration. We then pop up into gamma, which is associated with higher states of consciousness. And we should be moving in and out of these different brainwave states over the course of the day. However, most of us are stuck in a beta brainwave. Most of us have trained our brains through the use of stimulants, coffee, chocolate, and other pharmaceuticals out there. We have trained our brains to be awake far too often, and they get tired. And the brain only has one tool to slow you down, and that is to force you into a delta brainwave. So even though many of us are supposed to be walking around in a beta brainwave predominantly, many of us are walking around eyes open in a delta brainwave, and we see this through our neural checks and our HRV readings. And it's really dangerous. It's really, really dangerous. So let's talk a little bit about the emotional guidance, and each of your emotions has a frequency as well. Phenomenal book if you haven't read it, Force versus Power. And in it, the author Hawkins talks about on a scale of 0 to 1,000. And he talks about how these different ratings for these different emotions, when you move from force to power, And that happens right around confidence. That's not what this scale is. This scale is really to show the emotional frequencies that we have and the different frequencies of different emotions that we are holding. The highest vibration known and measured is authenticity. And here's the cool thing about authenticity: only you know if you're being authentic. This is a really important aspect, even when it comes to using our technology and the sound lounge. Only you know when you're being authentic. Really important. So only you know if you're in that emotion of authenticity, that experience of authenticity. Why are our emotions important to our daily lives? Because emotions are a fundamental element of the human experience. It's why we're here. It's one of the reasons why we're here, in my opinion. And it is to learn lessons, to grow, and to have these human experiences, these emotional human experiences. And it's just a part of being. It's part of being a human. How people feel of extra life outcomes, and it is a definitive indicator of societal health and progress. Emotion enables us to empathize with others, fostering deep connections, understanding, and social bonds. I love these ideas and these concepts. And we need to manage ourselves so that we can show up better for others. And vibroacoustic therapy can help you to do that. So, what I think is really important is that you understand best practices for an inHarmony experience. And the start and the beginning is really to start gradually. So, to begin your vibroacoustic practice at a low intensity and gradually increase the intensity or duration over time. This is really important because people want to just pin it. They want that maximum vibration. And I think it's really important that you start slow and you see how the body reacts. We are about to move every cell in your body. We are about to move your lymph. We're about to increase and have an impact on blood flow. We're about to shake and move your fat deposits. We all have them. We're about to maybe shake open things that might not have worked before or might not have been flowing before. So it's really important that you start gradually. Do a 22-minute session on a low setting and then wait 24 hours and then do another session at maybe a higher setting if you feel good, monitoring those detox pathways in the body, identifying if your body shook open and released any toxic load and if it has the ability to release that toxic load. Very, very important. Second, I would tell you is to set an intention. This is one of the most important aspects. Believe it or not, intentionality has an impact. Before each session, choose an intention, something you'd like to focus or cultivate. It can change daily from calming your mind, easing tension, and boosting clarity. But let this guide your experience and enhance your connection to that session itself. And by the way, I have different music meditations for different sessions and for different intentions. So go through and really explore our library. The names of those music meditations and the intentions behind it are obviously built around those names. Maintain consistency. Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, but incorporate vibroacoustics into your regular wellness routine. Consistency in practice can lead to more significant and lasting benefits. And I welcome you to just bring this into your regular routine, morning, noon, night, whatever that looks like, or all three. Customize for your needs. So tailor your vibroacoustic session to address your specific needs, whether it's relaxation, pain management, stress reduction, or other therapeutic goals. Adjust the frequency and vibrations accordingly to achieve these desired outcomes. And a great place, as I'm going to mention later, to look into all of this is through our Telegram group. And of course, seek guidance. Consult with a trained therapist. I'm a certified vibroacoustic therapy practitioner. Many of the folks in our ecosystem are, and a great place to go and ask questions is going to be inside our Telegram group, which I'm going to show you in a little while. We get this question a lot, and it is, how do I charge for sessions? I put together a great video, which we're going to put together a QR code, and I put this out on a regular basis, but there are various pricing models that you can use to charge for sessions. Ultimately, you need to get down to a per minute charge, and whatever it is in your locale is what you're going to charge. For some, it might be $1 a minute. For others, $1.50, some $2 or $3 a minute, which is not unheard of, especially if you're taking time to work with your client and be present with your client. If you're just putting somebody on it and walking away, you might want to charge a little bit less, but whatever is justified by you is important to note. I like to focus on how long the room is being used, not how long the music meditation is. So, an 11-minute music meditation, they're probably going to be in that room for 15 minutes. You want to give them a minute or two to get comfortable. And then once they finish the music meditation, we don't want to rush them out of the room. You want to let them sit and hang out in that space that they just created. We want them to really experience and sit in that space, like I like to say. So once you get to a per minute charge, let's say you're charging $1 a minute or $1.50 a minute, you're basing it on how long the room is being used. A 22-minute music meditation, plan on that room being used for 30 minutes. A 44-minute music meditation, give them the full hour for 60 minutes. So again, nice, easy, round numbers. So a 22-minute music meditation, which is the sweet spot, they're in that room using it for 30 minutes. $1 a minute, $30, $1.50 a minute, $45, $2 a minute, $60. Again, it all comes down to how you're going to charge for it. Now, once you understand what your per minute charge is, now you can decide how you want to charge your client. Per session, you want to do a punch card, buy 5, get the 6th free, buy 9, get the 10th free, buy 10, get the 11th free. I like the punch card because it gives you the ability to bring friends with you. Hey, punch 2 sessions. We're both going to do 22 minutes back to back or at the same time if you have more than one unit. And then the last piece, which I really like, is charging a subscription. I love subscriptions because you charge on the first of the month for your entire month, and hopefully on the first of the month, your rent and your overhead is covered and paid for. It takes a lot of stress away from running a business. So you got lots of different packaged modalities. You can obviously bundle various modalities, sound, light, frequency, PEMF, cold plunge, hot plunge, sauna. There's a variety of different things that you can work this technology along with. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. I like pre and post intake forms. I love our science and research as a part of what you're doing as well, which we're going to talk about in a few. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to be a wealth and a resource for you on this topic. All right, let's talk about contraindications. What are the contraindications associated with listening to music? There really aren't any. However, because of the increase in amplitude, because of the power of vibration and what we're doing to the body, there are a few people and a few use cases that you want to be careful about, and we list them here. Any cancer that's that's metastasizing, that is, if it's moving throughout the body, or if you've got a tumor we don't want to shake that tumor away. So if you have any of these conditions, consult with your doctor. Get some advice on exactly if this is going to be a good use for you. Pregnancy, there is no research on pregnant moms. Severe cardiovascular or respiratory conditions, again, we're going to shift and move everything. That could be very helpful, but depending on your condition, consult with your doctor. If you're prone to epileptic seizures, if you're having a severe neurological disorder, if you're in a current state of psychosis or a psychotic break, thrombosis or deep vein thrombosis, blood clotting, there's a variety of different things that I can think about would put you into a high class category, and you're going to want to talk to your doctor or a professional before you're using that, before you're using our technology. We do have a couple of new products as we launched. We actually launched these the week of our webinar back in July. inHarmony now has red light. These are phenomenal red lights. That is a motorized stand, which is optional. There are 2 red lights that we started with, 72 LEDs and 720 LEDs. The 60-inch is designed to go on top of Sound Lounge 3, Sound Lounge 1, Massage Table, Practitioner 2, and it's designed to go on that motorized stand. These are very powerful and very strong lights. I absolutely love them. There are 8 wavelengths built into our red lights, 4 red and 4 infrared. You have the full ability to make adjustments, to increase or decrease the intensity, change the pulsation. This is a very, very, very powerful light, and I'm really excited about it. In fact, mine sits right here, right next to my desk, and I absolutely love this desktop light. It comes with a hanger. You can actually hang it from the ceiling. There's a lot of really powerful things that you can do with it. So these are very excited. They are on pre-order right now, and we expect these to ship in late September, early October, and we'll have more updates on that. The inHarmony Zero Gravity Chair. This is also something that we just put out on pre-order. Our first 2 are actually shipping to our first 2 orders. We've received 3 so far, And this is a phenomenal product. 6 tactile transducers on this product, 4 low end, 2 medium range. Those sound wings at the top are what produce the high frequency sound. This is a high quality zero gravity, and it puts you into true zero gravity position. It's solid. It's built well. This is going to be a very powerful product, and of course, this is memory foam as well. Our inHarmony amp mounted to the bottom. This is a powerful product, and I'm excited for this to hit the market and in more mainstream and in a major way. We're ready to scale. I think as of the recording of this webinar, 24 in stock and ready to be built. So we're excited for that. A few different color options on that as well. Let's get into some science and research. Woo! All right. We are conducting groundbreaking studies, and we are driving innovation and a better understanding of vibroacoustic therapy. This is something that has been so important to me and the team here at inHarmony, and we are excited to bring this. We are evaluating the effects of vibroacoustic therapy using inHarmony devices. Our preliminary report was printed, and we have analyzed it. The purpose of our science and research is to explore the immediate effects of vibroacoustic therapy using inHarmony devices on stress, relaxation, mood, and overall well-being. The method for this particular preliminary study that we're going through is they completed a short online questionnaire before and after, and then we analyzed that data. We obviously looked at outliers. We put it into various statistical analytical tools, and then we've got the validity of that, and we validated our findings. I'm blown away at what we found. Our team is blown away at what we found, but we'll put percentage reductions on all of these as we get. But you can see the changes in these negative wellness indicators: anxiety, fatigue, stress, and brain fog. And anytime there's a star here, it means that we have statistically significant results. And this is really powerful. I'm going to show you as we get to our summary exactly what these statistics are. And it's an unbelievable decrease on those negative wellness indicators. And look at this, a positive wellness, and increase in focus and concentration, mood, mental clarity, and relaxation. This is all from using one session, one 11-minute session on our products. Imagine what happens if you're using this on a regular basis. And then, of course, some additional wellness outcomes following a single vibroacoustic therapy session, and an increase in physical comfort, an increase in emotional state, a huge increase in energy, and an overall increase in well-being as well. Really, really, really powerful. We're going to add percentages to all of these because we do have the percentages, and an unbelievable set of results from this preliminary study. And then we have our entire results. Oh, here are the percentages. Check that out. So as of June 19th, this pre-session and post-session, and look at this reduction, the significant reduction: 64% reduction in anxiety, 66% reduction in stress, 75% reduction in fatigue, 60% reduction in brain fog, 75% increase in relaxation, mental clarity up 64%, energy levels up 92%, overall well-being up 62%. Guys, these are significant increases in your overall well-being. And then, of course, a 53% increase in mood, increase in focus and concentration, and an emotional state and physical comfort. Really powerful what's happening. If you want to participate in the largest vibroacoustic study done to date, then you want to download this page, and you can go to our science and research page. We're going to put a QR code here in our next webinar as well. And we want you to participate. This, all you got to do is put your phone up to the pre-session survey, and then put your phone up to the post-session session survey, and everybody can participate over and over and over again. We want to know the impact of that session and that music meditation that you listen to. Please participate. The more info, the better. Key takeaway: even a single VAT session with inHarmony devices can yield immediate, meaningful benefits in mental and physical wellness, especially in reducing fatigue, stress, and anxiety, while boosting energy, relaxation, and mental clarity. This is what the science and the research is showing, and I am very excited about it. So just to show you the entire suite of products: the inHarmony Sound Lounge 3, Sound Lounge 1, Zero Gravity Chair. This is our Sound Lounge collection, which you're going to see harmonized on our website. The inHarmony Massage collection, which is the inHarmony Massage Table and the inHarmony Practitioner 2. Our Red Light, our meditation, and of course our music meditation app, which we're going to dive into here um, right now. Our app really brings it all to life. And this to me is something that I think is very exciting because I am honored to be working with Anthony. He is one of the kindest and most incredible souls. I love his family. I love like his entire family. Like I was at his wedding, I met everybody. And I absolutely love what he's doing. The time, attention, detail. It takes us about 80 hours to put together a 90-minute music meditation. So, to give you an idea just how much time and energy we're putting into, we release about a new music meditation every single week in our music meditations app. As of right now, we have 239 music meditations. They range in our app from 2 minutes to 2 hours. 11 minutes, 22 minutes, 33, 66, and 44 are our goals. As far as many music meditations will be many different. We call those full feature, but we try and cut versions that are 11, 22, 33, 44, and 66 minutes. And there's a whole variety of different things that our music meditations app has and benefits that it exposes you to. However, know that each one of these music meditations is, each one of these tiles is a different music meditation designed with a different intention. It's available in iOS. It's available in the Google Play Store. It comes with a free full feature 14-day trial. And then it's $8 a month and $80 a year. And you can pay for it monthly or annually. But what that goes to is to maintain the app. I didn't realize this. We started running this app 4 years ago. I didn't realize quite how expensive it is to maintain an app. For example, I just got a phone call that said, or a message rather, from my dev team saying that Android 15 is coming out in a few weeks and we need to completely overhaul our databases in order to make sure that it still works. So there's a bunch of dev hours that are going to go in. So each time Android or Apple come out with an update, our dev team needs to go to work. This obviously also covers the music. It also covers new features, and we got some newness that's going to be coming out here in the next couple of months. Here are best practices. So look in the top right corner of the play screen for a down arrow. If you see this down arrow, it means the music meditation is not downloaded. So you can square up this QR code and it'll take you straight to our app. Best practice is to absolutely download the music meditation before your session. This takes the internet out of play. Okay, so it works in airplane mode. It works when you're off the grid. It works if you don't have Wi-Fi. A lot of our clients don't use Wi-Fi at their wellness center. So they take the tablet home once a month, they log in, or they use their phone to connect so that they can log in. But you have to authenticate every 30 days. And we highly recommend that you download the music meditation. It's not just because of your Wi-Fi. The reason we say download the music meditation is because it's not just your Wi-Fi. You might get to your Wi-Fi router fast, but you might not get from your internet service provider to my server. There might be issues. The internet, it's a bunch of nodes, and hopping from one to another, there could be delay. So you don't want to stream. You want to make sure you're downloading the music meditation. It does work in airplane mode. It takes you straight to the download screen, and it will take you straight to the music meditations that are downloaded. And then make sure that after you push play, that you set your device volume to 100%. And if you have any feedback or any distortion, because not every phone is the same amplification, pull back once or twice, but then use the dials on the amplifier to adjust your volume and vibration. And of course, use high quality headphones. inHarmony, we make great headphones, but any wired headphones with a 3.5 millimeter jack will work for you. And I highly recommend using headphones, although our built-in high fidelity speakers is a phenomenal experience as well. And I think you will absolutely love using it with the speakers. My wife and I like to cuddle on the Sound Lounge 3. And when we do, I unplug the headphones so that we can just lay there and enjoy each other's company. Little intense with the red light and the infrared. However, you can turn off the infrared and just enjoy the red light. Doesn't get nearly as warm. And it's a really nice experience. So a couple best practices there. And then 3 paths to begin. So a lot of people ask us like, hey, where do I start? What music meditation do I start with? So we created these 3 paths to start. And the first is our inHarmony original music, original solfeggio frequencies. And this is actually a category in our app. And these are your first 10 sessions. First session, 174 hertz in 22 minutes. Second, 285, 396, 417, 432, 528. Work your way through. This is your first 10 sessions. This will bring your body into balance. And over those 10 sessions, you figure out one that you like, feel free to go back to it. One of the things I hear a lot is, Craig, I listen to the same music meditations over and over again, and that's okay. So do I. You find something that works, go back to it. Each session is going to be different. Even listening to the same music meditation, you are a different person. You have peeled back more layers. You are going more introspective. You are a different person every time you get on our technology. Second path that I recommend is balancing your chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. These are great music meditations to listen to in series. And then we have two more that actually go root to crown and crown to root, which you can listen to either full featured or shortened down to 22 minutes. And then my favorite collection, I think, is The Journey of Life. This stemmed from conversations that Anthony and I were having about the human experience, about what emotional states we reach and become and achieve and experience in this journey of life. So we've got music meditations for anxiety, grief, abundance, addiction, inspiration, clarity, release, which is really focused on weight loss, reflection. There's so many different aspects that I absolutely love. The hero's journey is in here. There's a lot going on in this particular category. So I highly recommend you check that out as well. And these are great sessions for you to start with your clients. The next thing that I'm going to point you towards is our inHarmony Telegram community. And this is a phenomenal place for you to ask questions. This is where we share updates when new music meditations are out. This is where I post my lives and I talk about these webinars as we're doing them. It's a really easy place for me to send a one-to-many message. I could do it in seconds versus minutes or even a half hour that it takes me to send an email out to everybody. So this is the place where we go. And if you're not in this group, send an email to support@iminharmony.com along with your order number. Or if you don't have an order number because you're just using our technology on a regular basis, if you have access to our technology, we are happy to have you in this group as well. So just let us know that as you email us asking for access. It is a private group. We do have financing options. It's a question we're getting more and more. Many of you are using these pay over time options, and we've got a lot of flexible options. We obviously take all these major ways for you to pay, but then we also have pay over time and consumer solutions, which is Shop Pay, Bread Pay, PayPal. We also have 12 months zero interest through Bread Pay if you qualify. We have 6 months zero interest through PayPal if you qualify. And then ClickLease, terrible name for a company, by the way. I love you, ClickLease. It is not a lease. You are purchasing your equipment. This is a equipment lease that leads, it's actually equipment financing that leads to you owning the equipment at the end. So ClickLease allows you to use your EIN instead of your social security number. So Shop Pay, Bread Pay, PayPal, these are your consumer credit options, and then ClickLease is your business financing option. And we are constantly evaluating new ways. I think Affirm is up on our site right now. We are constantly evaluating new ways for you to pay over time and new ways for us to bring more of this technology to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime or post a message in WhatsApp, or my phone number, by the way, is at the top of my website. So you can call me anytime. We've also been getting more and more interest for international orders. So we put this together. We can ship anywhere in the world, any products anywhere in the world. International shipping does get expensive, and we do ship from Vista, California. This is our only distribution point right now. I am working on more distribution points somewhere over here. I'm working on distribution points somewhere over here. I'm working on distribution points somewhere over here. So just know that this is a constantly evolving conversation. We quote real-time shipping rates through our website for US and Canada only. So if you plug in your address, it's going to say that we're not able to ship if it's outside the United States or Canada. Everywhere else, please email us exactly what you want on your order and your exact shipping address, and we will put together a quote for you. We've been seeing a lot of discrepancies between the quote and the actual price. Most of the time, we eat the difference. However, sometimes, like in a couple instances that we've had with Puerto Rico and a couple of other places, shipping it's just a challenge. We have a phenomenal partner that runs our warehouse and our shipping, but it's a challenge. So thank you for your patience with understanding. Shipping is not a profit center for us. It's not a place where we make money. In fact, quite the opposite. It's a place where inHarmony actually loses money, but we do have to charge for shipping because it fluctuates so much between shipping to the East Coast and shipping to the West Coast. So it's just something that we don't embed in our pricing. We simply make sure that we just offer the lowest price every single day, and then shipping is whatever shipping is. We often go into pre-order or out of stock, and even right now, as I'm recording this webinar, we have been on a pre-order status for the inHarmony Practitioner 2, and we've been on a pre-order status for the inHarmony Sound Lounge 1. We do our best to communicate as best we can through a weekly update. I recorded a weekly live about an hour ago, just before I went live on this webinar, and I try and do it every single week. I think I might even do it next week from Burning Man. We'll see. But we go live on YouTube, X, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Look for inHarmony on YouTube, X, and Facebook, and look for our company page on LinkedIn as well. I also posted to my personal page if you're linked to me personally on LinkedIn. We ship first order in, first order out. So as we take pre-orders, we ask for pre-order payment in full. And the reason we do that is because our team is really well harmonized. And as soon as that inventory comes into stock and it gets taken out of the truck, repalletized, we print those orders and we get them out. Those orders ship. So we don't want to have to take the time to then call people and get deposits. You pay for your order in full. That holds your place in line. We ship first order in, first order out. If the item is in stock, we ship within 2 business days. And a lot of times we ship faster than that. So our team is really phenomenal. And any orders that have some items in stock, some items out of stock, we will ship those orders and those products that are in stock. So we will partially ship these orders. We're not going to hold your order until everything comes in. So you will start to receive your products. One of the best ways to participate with us is to become an inHarmony affiliate partner with us to promote vibroacoustic wellness. You can earn through referrals. These are my favorite checks to cut every single month. And our network is powerful. We're about 800 affiliates globally right now. And this has been an important piece to us since we started this 9 years ago. We have a powerful commission structure. You can earn 15% commission on your first 10 units, 20% thereafter. You earn 5% override on anybody you introduce us to that becomes an affiliate of inHarmony. And of course, you get to offer 5% off to your clients as well. It is the deepest discount that we offer is through our affiliates. Lots of tools and resources that we provide. Google Drive filled with logos, promotional materials. You have me as an asset and an ability, my ability to create anything you need to make your practice successful. And we want to be a part of your wellness center, or we just want to be a part of your community. Every single sound lounge that we ship, I know activates a new community. And this to me is something really powerful. So I am honored. There's one caveat here, and that is you're not eligible to earn commissions on your own purchases for the first 12 months that you're an affiliate. A lot of folks sign up, they want to become an affiliate so that they can make their own purchase. We don't allow that. To mitigate against that, you're not eligible to earn commissions for the first 12 months on your own purchases. And that's obviously very easy to figure out and very easy to find. If you have any questions about the affiliate program, you can scan this code to sign up. It'll take you to a Become an Affiliate page on our website where we answer a lot of questions, and we can dive into the world of representing inHarmony and spreading and sharing the word. And I am grateful for our affiliate network. This is my family. It's really something special. We have been featured in the media an awful lot lately, most recently on the Inc. 5000 list. inHarmony was 2,444. That number means something. Pretty powerful. So really honored. 18th in Nevada, 16th in Las Vegas, and we also got the regionals. We were number 86 in the inHarmony. In the Inc. 5000 regionals events as well. So some powerful mentions in lots of periodicals. We get a lot of articles that are written about us lately, which is really just awesome, and I'm super grateful. Let's talk about setup best practices and some troubleshooting. I get this question a lot. Do we have a guarantee and a warranty? Absolutely, and it's on our website. It's 2 years parts and service on manufacturing defects, that sort of thing. The biggest issues that we have are actually with shipping. FedEx, UPS, they are not gentle on our boxes, and we stand behind our products 100%. 100%. If you have any issue with our products at any time, my phone number is at the top of my website, and I want to hear from you. Best thing to do to log your ticket is to email support@IamInHarmony.com. You can also call our office, 888-276-8040. I'm at extension 104. Our music meditation app comes with a free 14-day full feature trial, and we stand behind our products. I want you to be 100% satisfied, or I'm very happy to take a return, and we have a 30-day no questions asked return policy. Headphones are not included with your purchase because all of our products include high fidelity speakers. You can also use your own headphones. Again, we strive to keep our prices as low as possible. So it's not going to include all of these different things. If you have something you can use at home, you should totally use that. And I think that's a great idea. And of course, we do have speakers. Your headphones do need to be wired. We do not use Bluetooth headphones. And the reason for that is because Bluetooth has built in a 30 millisecond delay. And that would put the headphones 30 milliseconds behind the transducer. And that, of course, would not bode well for the experience. It would not be in harmony. You would be out of harmony. So you do need to use wired headphones. Can I connect multiple inHarmony meditation cushions? The absolute answer is yes. This is Jason up in upstate New York with 10 cushions. And this is Danelle and Josh down in South Florida with 15 cushions in their tea setup. Scan this QR code right here. It'll take you to a video where I outline exactly how to do it. And in the comments section of that video, you will find links to all of the products that you need to be able to do it. Jason built this really powerful and beautiful kind of centerpiece that's got power run to it. And Josh and Danelle, they use these really beautiful covers, which I think are really nice, and blankets and quilts to make this really a nice experience. So kudos to everyone using multiple cushions and multiple inHarmony products together. Yes, it's safe for our little ones and our furry friends. My incredible daughter has been on this technology since she is 1 week old. And I get pictures of furry friends on our technology all the time. I absolutely love it. Keep these photos coming. Yeah, absolutely powerful. Our technology is gentle, it's non-invasive, and it is loved by kids and pets alike. What can you listen to through inHarmony relaxation furniture? You can listen to anything you want. This is a fundamental and foundational belief of us here at inHarmony. There's many different ways that we could have done this that would have limited your ability to listen to anything you want, but we chose to go the route of you can listen to anything you want through our technology. Music is medicine, and whatever music moves you is indeed medicine to you. Reggae, hip hop, house music, it all sounds and feels amazing through our technology, like your front row at a concert. Now, our app, of course, is focused on the therapeutic impact of our technology. And as you listen to different genres through our technology, keep in mind, if you were to listen to classical music, it has a lot of higher frequencies, not a lot of lower frequencies. Not going to activate this transducer. This transducer needs really 10 hertz to 100 hertz to activate it, even though it's rated for 20 hertz to 200 hertz. As I mentioned before, your perception of these frequencies changes, and these four different elements come into play. So classical music, not going to really drive the therapeutic impact of these tactile transducers, whereas reggae, that bass guitar has that deep riff. It sounds and feels amazing through our technology. So please, you can plug in any of your audio devices to our technology, and I highly recommend that you play with all of these different, we've connected the DJ equipment. There's a lot of really fun stuff that you can do with our technology. It does not have a battery. It can run on a generator, both solar and gas powered generators. I'm going to run mine at Burning Man. I keep one in my RV. It is a powerful part of my own relaxation practice, and I'm excited to be able to get on it on a regular basis. All right, let's talk about a free gift. All of you are going to get in your inbox, just for registering and watching the recording, you are going to get an email with a free 10% off. This will be applicable whether you're an affiliate or not. We don't offer, our affiliates have the deepest discount, but I wanted to do something special for each and every one of you. So for the next week until August 27th at midnight, you are going to have a 10% off coupon as our thank you for being here, and something that I'm very grateful for. In addition, we are going to raffle off a meditation cushion. So, for those of you that attended this webinar and have watched till the end, one of you is going to receive an inHarmony black meditation cushion, something we are very excited about, and I'm honored. If you already have one, put it in a different room, give it away, raffle it off yourself, do whatever it is that you want to do with it. But one of you in attendance is going to get an inHarmony meditation cushion. Very excited about that. And let's flip over to our questions. Let's see if there's anything in the Q&A for us to ask. And audio needs a tweak starting at 12 o'clock. I hope we cleared that up because I'm just looking at this. Penelope, you get our science and research reports by going to our inHarmony science and research page. So I am inHarmony.com, and then go to our science and research page, and you will find all of our science and research that's linked there and there as well. Lynette asks, can you connect Meditation Cushion and Sound Lounge 3? Absolutely. Through that same exact process that you're going to link multiple processes. You can, multiple devices. You can actually link. Right now in my healing room, I have Sound Lounge 3, 2 cushions, a Sound Lounge 1, and a massage table interconnected. And plugged into my Sonos sound system through one of their adapters as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that as well. All right, finished a little fast, 1 hour and 9 minutes. I am super grateful for your attention. I'm super grateful that you were here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for showing up. And I hope you have an absolutely spectacular and fantastic day. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.